Analysis of the Kartilya ng Katipunan. Ano nga ba ang Kartilya ng Katipunan? The Kartilya ng Katipunan serve as the guidebook for the new members of the organization, which laid out the group's rules and principles. The first edition of the Kartilya, written by Emilio Jacinto, then Andres Bonifacio later wrote a revised decalogy. Kartilya ng Katipunan, Emilio Jacinto, written by the Premier of Katipunan, also known as Kartilya ng Katipunan, is written on 1892 by Emilio Jacinto. For who it was written, it was made mainly for the Katipuneros. Upon joining to be one of the Katipuneros, members are required to read the Kartilya and cling to its code of conducts to change the Philippines for the better. Early Katipuneros believes that changing the way Filipino thought and acted was the most important things to be considered. So, this decalogy embodied what Bonifacio's belief. Bonifacio would then later adopt Jacinto's Kartilya ng Katipunan as the official teaching of the Katipunan. He adopted the Kartilya and named it Decalogo, that mainly focused on one's duty of God, country, neighbor, family, the Katipunan, and himself. It tells all about honor, charity, and self-sacrifice for the beloved land, and also spoke and warned about traitor and disobedient. So, indifferent between Decalogo and Kartilya, as more and much longer and more philosophical, it shows concept of virtues living as lesson for self-reflection. So, the amazing side of the Kartilya is not only a leading for the Katipunan members. It embodied moral and nationalistic principle for all Filipinos. The design of Kartilya ng Katipunan. So, to show a concept of a good living as lesson for soul researching rather than straight perception, to show that it was the internal and not external modification to make human greatness imminence. So to take care and appreciate the essence of its authentic Tagalog form within the factors of the social and political environment of the colonial era, surrounded by the local traditions, spiritual beliefs, family idea, and cultural diversity, to be Katipunan's idea and principle in its existence, to be innovation of the Katipunan, but the innovation for moralist sound Filipino nation, to show the significance of ideas of right and light, katwiran at kaliwanagan, to specify that the members of Katipunan are not only the heir of the age of knowledge, but fighting to form and define a nation and ethics that was post-enlightenment using revolutionaries' intellectual and moral capability. So their aim is to remove the ideological and colonial impede of the Western, but a country that acquire and unite the best of Spain and other Western countries and our own culture and society in support of being a Filipino. So the Kartilya contains 14 lessons that details not only the vision of the Katipunan, but the vision for an equalitarian and morally sound Filipino nation. The original version has 14 paragraphs that contains the values that a Katipunero should have. The first tenet highlights the importance of living a purpose-driven life. So it means a Katipunero who does not have a purpose live a useless life. The second rule is all about doing the right thing. So, a deed carried out the sake of fame is not worthy of praise. The third tenet shows the kindness really means. So, it means true act of kindness for a Katipunero is in the love and service he rendered to other people and not the other way around. While the fourth tenet highlights equality, so it means every Katipuneros are treated equally no matter what race or educational background he has. Fifth rule is shows what honor should mean for a Katipunero. So, a true Katipunero values honor more than his personal interest. The sixth rule tenet is all about being a man of word. It means a Katipunero who has a sense of shame must be a man of his word. The seventh rule gives importance to time. It means a Katipunero must give importance to time. For the Katipunan, a time that is lost will never be back. While the eighth tenet is all about fighting for what is right, means a Katipunero must protect the weak and fight those who oppress the weak. The ninth tenet highlights the important trust. It means a Katipunero is careful with what he says and keeps the things that most be kept secret. While the tenth personal is all about being able to lead a family, means a Katipunero must lead his family to the right path. If the leader is consumed by evil, so does his followers. The 11th rules principle is all about woman. Means a Katipunero must give importance to a woman. He must not see her as an object nor a pastime. That whenever a Katipunero sees a woman, he will remember his mother who nurtured him. And the 12th principle gives importance to every actions that one has to make. Means that Katipunero must not do the things that he does not want to be done to him or to his family. While the 13th principle is about having the right character, means a Katipunero's life is not measured by what is his status in life, nor with the things that he possesses. Instead, it is in his character and his love for the native land. The last tenet shows a glimpse of what the author desired. It means shows the sense of hopefulness for the motherland that all the sacrifices made is not all nor enough. And while we have different interpretation with what was intended by Bonifacio, there is one thing that everyone can agree on. To show a concept of a good living as lesson for soul searching rather than straight perception. To show that it was the internal and not external modification to make human greatness eminence. To take care and appreciate the essence of its authentic Tagalog form within the factors of the social and political government of the colonial era, surrounded by local traditions, spiritual beliefs, family idea, and cultural diversity, to be Katipunan's idea and principles in the existence. So, the numerous accounts dated making of Kartilya to 1896 wherein the Supremo, or also known as Andres Bonifacio, wrote 14 rules that serve as guideline for new members. An earliest reference was of the Kartilya ng Katipunan was founded in the minutes of a Supreme Assembly meeting held in December 1895. So, in 1892, the Utak ng Katipunan, and also known as Emilio Jacinto, wrote the Kartilya ng Katipunan and the Oath of the Katipuneros. And according to the Presidential Museum and Library, Bonifacio's admiration to Jacinto's Kartilya as the official teachings of the Katipunan. So the Decalogue is somehow resembles the 10 Commandments, while Jacinto's Kartilya resembles the declaration used in Mabela's Masonic lodges, and its preamble echoes the purpose of the Masonic document. As a historian and name of James Richardson said that Kartilya is the best known of all Katipunan texts, the only document of any length set in print by the Katipunan prior to August 1896 that is known to be still extant. This is also stated in his book, The Liberty of Light, which said to have a direct translation of the original Kartilya ng Katipunan penned by Jacinto. Therefore, we can see clearly that Kartilya ng Katipunan was originally written by Emilio Jacinto and not by Bonifacio. Bonifacio only adopted the Kartilya and wrote a decalogue. So today, through his document, the Kartilya served as proof that Filipinos were united to achieve their goal. It is not only a piece of writing, but more importantly, it signifies the moral characters. So, ang Kartilya ng Katipunan daw, kay signify siya as moral characters of those who fought for our independence. Importance of the event is our present time. Kartilya is a source of moral beacon for self-transformation. For the contemporary times, Pasamonte, December 5, 2019, it can be used as guide. So, to institutionalize good governance among our government officials, to teach honor and dignity and crucial corruption among politicians, to inculcate generosity and compassion among us, to practice respect for women and love of our family. Kartilya ng Katipunan was meant to guide us in living our everyday life its fullest. More importantly, it highlights the importance of having the right attitude towards other people.